Shaking.
No, you cannot.
It's on.
Yours.
You go blue.
I took a break. I needed another one. Yes, I did. Because yes, they're on a roll, making every single episode so much worse than the last. But no, of course, we're stupid, and the hate that we have for the show is apparently forced. Yeah, okay, co-parter. So this is episode 7 of Starfleet Academy, and tell me why it was just basically a slice of life, nonsensical, useless excuse for an episode. Because in case you didn't know, just in case they didn't make it super clear, Jaden is gay.
Oh, shit. Really?
And I don't know how it's possible to take the 2 prominent black actors that are in creature makeup, the only ones in lead roles, and end up feminizing the black dude and masculinizing, if that's a word, the other black woman, and somehow for making them both gay. I mean, you could read in between the lines. It's almost as though Hollywood's trying to say they don't want black people breeding or something. Yeah, is that heartless to say? Is it? I'm not the one putting them in those roles. And just in case it wasn't said enough, just in case this is the first video people are watching, their orientation must be at the forefront of everything, because that is what's most important. The spicification of these characters. To hell with actual philosophical conundrums, smart conversations that need to be had, or a smart way to write a problem being solved, and utilizing comprehension skills, of which the writers have absolutely none. Clearly, because they didn't write them in. And this is why people are ignorant. And if they've never seen a gay person before, they believe that all that gay people care about is the fact that they're gay. Or maybe I'm wrong. Am I wrong? Is this true? Because I've been out there talking with real people, and guess what? That's the last thing on the conversation. As a matter of fact, half the people we know are like, oh shoot, oh that's your boyfriend? Oh, I didn't know you were gay. Oh wait, what's up? Nice to meet you. And then we proceed to talk about things that we all like. At least that's how it was like 10 years ago. But no, it's like Hollywood just discovered this like yesterday. Anyways, we have dumbass over here who I can't stand. Now, this person is dating and somehow he decides that after she was in a coma, he's gonna just ghost her, not check up on how she's feeling, even knowing how she would feel, as though people would just not want to speak to her. And instead of checking up on her and saying, hey, how are you doing? Thanks for saving my life, he just ghosts her and starts leaving messages that he quickly deletes because he's a puss. He has more lady lips than she does, because you can't even have the decency and courtesy to check up on your girlfriend because you're afraid of sending her a freaking message. Are we serious?
Going to class, hanging out, you know.
Jesus, he's the most boring person I've ever met.
Since we've talked, a month and 2 days actually. Not that I'm keeping track or anything. So you were...
I can't stand him. I freaking hate him. I hate his face. I hate his character. I hate his voice. Like, I hate everything about him. Disgusting. And he's a huge old simp. I don't understand this guy. Now, he didn't end up sending the message, but you would think a guy that's so full of himself and has the kind of background that he has, that he'd be swimming between the legs of many a woman, right? Because trust me, I know. I've been with guys like that. That's how they usually are. But no, it's this woman. He's like, I'm scared to talk to you. I know we haven't talked for 1 month and 2 days and 6 hours and 2 seconds. I know, but my lips are still fucking ashy. What is even this person? If I didn't keep seeing it in the subtitles, I'd forget what his name was. As a matter of fact, I'd forget all of their names, except for Jaden, because it's such a stereotypical name, and the way he says it is so slow, it burns into your brain without you wanting that.
See how you...
And still, they want us to ship these characters. There was no development for them whatsoever. It just feels very forced. That's what I'm talking about. I don't care that they're in a straight relationship, gay relationship. It feels forced as shit. Every single relationship in the show feels monumentally shoehorned in. Hey guys, like this. Believe us that these characters are into each other. Care about these characters. I don't care about any of them. Both of them are horrible people. Maybe, okay, the Betazoid isn't as bad, or half beta, whatever. She's probably not as bad, but the characters are so lackluster that you're not shipping any of them. You don't care. And it's like, this is the only thing the show was about. I like how people on TikTok are all like, you guys are stupid. The show's never been sci-fi. It's always been about human interactions. Okay, are you smoking a tub of freaking fentanyl or something? What is wrong with people? Star Trek has always been science fiction. Yes, there is a big human element to it. And usually that involves philosophy, ethics, which we get almost none of in this show. And you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm gonna try my best to keep my calm during this because I can't stand foolishness. I cannot stand foolishness. But anyways, just in case the people, I don't care. Like, they obviously don't care. The people writing this are so contorted that their head is so far up their ass that they no longer have an ass anymore. So I doubt they're aware of anything in the real world.
I was writing for people who love Trek, and then I was doing my best to write for people who I wanted to love Trek.
Fascinating.
You know, truly, I would love to sit in a room and just write Star Trek for Star Trek fans only.
You sit on a throne of lies.
It is a new world. It's the streaming world. We have to bring in new viewers. Ignoring that is like, it's just not reality.
On a quick note, you are aware that the reason why certain franchises have large fan bases is because what they are, I don't know, crazy, attracted those fan bases to it. Weird, right? Almost like the people who are, I can't look at this face, I'm sorry. Almost like the people who would gravitate towards that specific genre or that specific story, came to like it because it interested them. And people who aren't interested in it watch other things of other genres. Taking Star Trek and making it into freaking, what's that show that people keep bitching about on TikTok? Bridgerton or Heated Rivals. That is ignoring reality. Because what you're going to end up doing is that the majority of the people who already like this, which is probably 90% of the viewers who would otherwise tune into this, that you already fucking have, would already still come back. You would have those guaranteed viewers who would then, like my husband did with me, tell other people about it and invite them into the fold. The people who are not doing that, who are watching Heated Rivals, guess where they are? Watching Heated Rivals, you stupid bitch.
Hey, stop it.
Bitch.
Ooh, I'm trying to be nice. I cannot with this. I don't know where this line of thinking is coming from. Here's a weird concept. Make a show for that. Make a show for that. There is a time and place for everything. You cannot take a franchise that is already established, that you already have a fan base for, and then completely transform it into the very thing that the fan base that's already there doesn't want to see. If I want to go watch gay love stories, then I will watch Our Flag Means Death, or Heated Rivals, or anything else along that line. And you know, the very irony of this is, we already did the Klingon gay thing. And you know what did it better? The Orville. The Orville is a better Star Trek. Even though it's a parody, it's a better Star Trek than half of these spin-offs calling themselves Star Trek. This had nuance. This had actual ethical and physical dilemmas. Bortus, which is basically this version of a Klingon, and his husband, they are a male-dominated species. And they managed to do the whole trans thing and gay thing within this, but they did it so tastefully. What was ironic about this episode with Clyden and Bortus is that they had a son who was a girl, which is a rarity, not the norm. And Clyden was like, no, you will have the change, you will have the sex change to be a boy because a girl is an abomination. But I want to be a girl. No, you cannot be a girl. And it actually made sense for their culture. And the funny thing is, Clyden and Bortus, being this offshoot Klingon race in the Orville, are more masculine and like normal people than freaking Jaden from Starfleet. Not once did people ever say, oh my god, gay-diddy, like no one cared about that. It was just, oh, it's Bortus and his husband. That's basically it. They're two dudes in a relationship. Who cares? The number one thing is that Bortus is a person first. Clyden is a person first. They actually explore real marital issues between the two, such as having different politics or having a different relationship with their kid. Bortus being a little bit more liberal, Clyden being a little bit more conservative, and Bortus having freaking addictions, like his spicy addiction with the holodeck and the cigarette addiction. Well, I think they both have that. And then they actually touched on real things with the relationship with him and Clyden, to the point where it got so heated that I was begging and hoping that Clyden and Bortus would not split up. This is how you do a fucking gay relationship. Just make it a relationship that just happens to be two dudes. That's literally all you have to fucking do. Anything else is fetishization, I can't say that word, fetishizing or tokenization. And it comes off as an insult. Same thing with the straight characters. It is not that hard. And it just tells me that the people working on Starfleet obviously have never been in a relationship before or no successful relationship. Because if this is the way you're writing people in relationships, you need to get out there. Clearly you have no idea what one is. That's why you don't know how to write it. Sick and tired of it, man. Like, they don't know how men act. Everything that they see that is natural because they live in this bubble fantasy of narcissism, the real world that functions outside of them, they can't fathom that, oh my God, we as mammals actually have preferences. Males peacock, females do it in their own way. Males approach this way, females do it this way. Yes, there are outliers, but on a general whole, just like you can say giraffes all freaking spread their legs when they have to drink water, and elephants sleep mostly standing up, as do horses sometimes, and don't need as much sleep as humans. Not because you see the one outlier means, oh, see, you guys are wrong. No. And you need to cater towards, there's a reason why certain things work that way. And if you have something like Star Trek that you know is marketed towards a certain audience, and then you try to hand fist your own freaking fan fiction ass weird shit in there, don't get mad when the audience claps back, because I promise you, the people that you're trying to attract, they're not the majority. You admitted that you haven't even gotten them yet. So what the fuck are you doing? You're gonna piss off 99% of the fans for the people you're hoping will come here, where they're already getting their fix somewhere else in shows that are dedicated for the things you're trying to ham fist in here? Are you fucking dumb? Don't answer that question, because we all already know the answer. Sorry for the rant. Anyway, freaking grown-ass, gray-back-ass people. Anyway, instead of getting his tiny-ass dick wet, he's there fantasizing and huffing and puffing over freaking Fatima, Tarika, whatever her name is, I don't know. But, bro, she could have reached out to you too, and she didn't. You could have reached out to her. I think your job was to reach out to her since she saved your life. But anyways, you're talking about how there's going to be a galactic meteor shower. Now, the other thing that made me confused, and I just brushed it off at first, but, okay, so they have, is this a teleporter? I know they have teleporters in Star Trek, but I thought it was like a short range thing. But then we see later on in the episode that apparently they can use portals, open up portals to just go to whole other planets. Okay, forgive me for being stupid, and I probably am gonna be shown up for this. Forgive me, I know you guys will school me in the comments, but please tell me if they have this kind of technology where they could just beam people to other planets, why would they need starships? Furthermore, if they always had this technology, aside from force writing it into the plot, when it was so applicable, why didn't they just beam people off of the ship? They did have a lock on. I just feel like this technology had so many other implementations, and yeah. And also, what we're gonna see later on, I'm jumping ahead of myself, but apparently people from other planets can just open up portals into Starfleet Academy and straight up kidnap people. And there's no security issue with this whatsoever. And as we've seen in the episode, nobody is even aware that shit like this happens. Hello? Anyway, it sucks that the hologram is still fine. Watch her be gay too. Just assume that everyone is. Anyway, she's going to a spa for a hologram. Fucking go with it. And then we have this freaking bitch McMuffin woman over here who I can't stand because everything is handed to her, saying how, getting a report from the captain, like, you're special, you've done a great job, even though, yeah, while technically she had the skill, the other guy who's like trying to violate the Klingon guy, what the hell is his name? Nobody cares. Anyway, he's actually better than her, but it's okay because she's a girl. It doesn't matter. Anyway, she's fast tracking her to be a captain, and her whole thing is, but everyone's gonna know I'm my dad's daughter, and they're gonna know, and they're not gonna look at me as me. They're gonna look at me as his daughter, and I can't have that. That's how people are already looking at you, dude. You were given the captain's role because you felt bad and made someone else feel bad, and then they gave it to you and said you'd be a better captain. And that's all that was required for you to get where you are. Oh, look, this guy's like, hey, say hi to all your sisters for me. Cause I'll sleep with them and I'll eat them. I like pie, don't you know? And I find it kind of ironic that bananas are the thing that he's allergic to. Is he though? Notice how all the other guys are in pants and Jaden is in his little skirt for his director boyfriend with his little stockings. That's right. A little Nigerian looking blow up doll you. Can't wait till I see you behind the set in them frickin' skirts, girl. Let your ball sack hang. And it's the way this guy's just like staring at him like, oh dear, look at you all alone. Like how you wearing that dress, bitch. So fucking cringe, man. I swear to God. Oh, this is freaking... So, I swear, you know this was written by hoity-toity people who live in mansions in California or somewhere. Because where is Jaden going?
The shop.
I'd bring myself to put it on. I believe it is called beachwear. Kyle wants to show me an island called Ibiza.
Nobody outside of California that I know of or outside of being a celebrity ever talks about Ibiza. You know the first time I heard about the place called Ibiza? In a freaking song. Remember that song that was in all the videos? I took a pill in Ibiza and then I found it and I downloaded a mashup of it and it's stupid, but that trap remix was amazing because I love trap. But I don't know, this just feels so pretentious. Like, Kyle's taking me to Ibiza. Like, what the frick is this, bro? This is a Klingon that we're talking about. Funny, I just watched this episode of TNG because it's a palate cleanser. It was an episode where Data took control of, or not took control, but he captained a ship and that guy was being racist towards Data because he's an android and they had to show up the Romulans. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, season 5, episode 1, Redemption Part 2. Oh my gosh, Worf is like next to Data. Two of them, hand in hand, my favorite characters in Next Generation right now. So we're on season 5, episode 1, part 2, where Worf is trying to learn how to be a Klingon. But even still, you can tell he's still a Klingon. Like, a wolf is a wolf. It will still have wolf properties, no matter what you do to it, unless it's heavily mixed with something else.
You always did have fools working for your life. Now you don't have as many.
Hey, you were lucky, Kern. But luck always runs out. Someday I will stand over your broken corpse and drink to the victory.
So this is a place, and I have to show this, especially because it was shown to me. This is how Klingons are. The women too. The women are just, they're very sexual. They're very strong. They don't take shit from anybody. They're a warrior race of people. Even in the Orville with Bortus and Clyden, like I showed, they have those same properties. There's just certain things about them that you cannot change. Jaden is not that. I don't know what he is. I wouldn't be surprised if he took off his mask later and said he was a completely different species of person, having pretended to be a Klingon all this time. Because I watch birds and I like dick. That is not what a Klingon is. You can have Klingons with different personalities, and throughout the Next Generation, you do, and in Enterprise, you do see Klingons with different personalities. Worf is a great example of this. But even though Worf has his own personality, he's not a flaming, flowery, feminine, fake as fuck person. He's still a Klingon. He still embodies what a Klingon is. Even while he's working for the Federation, even though he was raised by humans. He's a different species. It's not another breed of human being. It's an alien race. I don't know why people find this to be so freaking offensive.
Died well. You drink with our enemies? How many are Darwins then? How many are Duras? Does it matter? When we meet in battle, we will fight to the death. But here we're all warriors, all Klingons.
And even though Worf is fighting with this, by the way, see their teeth? They have sharp, serrated, like, teeth. Apparently that's not a thing anymore. And it looks uncanny as hell, even with the freaking blue eyes. But anyways, Worf is still conflicted because he says, well, honor is what's most important. That is something that inherently he stands by. And you can see that Klingons can be dishonorable, even though their culture says that they should be honorable, that means different things to different people, understandably. But at the root of it, they have a higher level of testosterone and aggression than other alien species. The Romulans are the same way. So pray tell, for writers who claim that they love the franchise so much, why are they trying to change this? Why are they ignoring the very reality that's already woven into the crevices of the universe that they're now at the helm of developing?
Let us descend some more. Live this night as if it were our last.
No, too much masculinity in here. Oh, like you smell that testosterone wafting off. It's like freaking poison in atmosphere for these people, I swear.
Oh, the rewards could be greater than you can imagine. Nothing will stand in our way. We could rule the Empire together.
So you see the basics of what Klingons are, right? And the thing is, Worf existing in the Federation as he is, he has to tamp down a lot of that about himself. You still see it come out ever so often. But the fact that he's able to control that about himself is honorable in and of itself. So we went from this and masculinity and femininity being celebrated to this piece of shit. Freaking lollipop with pubes stuck to it. Freaking Klingon, but let's make everyone aware what he is. So let's give him dreads and put him in a skirt and make him a freaking bitch.
Section 2300.
You don't see the blatant racism. Like, people like to say racism is everywhere and blah, blah, blah. You don't see the blatant, stereotypical, negative stereotyping racism happening right here in the show. That's what makes it funny. The fact that people are clicking and snapping or whatever they do and saying, oh my God, this is a masterpiece. Look at what they're doing. Yay. Inclusion. When the irony is that Star Trek apparently always had inclusion and diversity. Better representation then than it does now. But anyway, let's continue. So he's like, yeah, well, just because that guy wants you to put the shirt on, it doesn't mean that you can't have likes too, you know? Yeah, because Jaden is dumb and can't speak up for himself.
Anyone ever imagined could exist.
It was not my first choice.
It's your break too, you know.
It is, but Kyle suffered a real loss in Bavi.
I'm sorry, who?
Yeah, Bavi, that was... He was a hero.
And nobody cared about him because we weren't given enough time to develop the character to care about anybody.
What a surprise. Darum, I've got a pack. You kids have fun?
You too.
I don't think Darum likes me.
No one likes Darum. So this is the universe balancing itself. Cringing.
Good Lord. Jesus Christ. Ouch. So then we get Miss Frumpy, Captain Shouldn't Speak at All, trying to pack a suitcase. They have teleporters, warp travel, and all of that, but that's the kind of suitcase that they're using. Why would you need a suitcase like this that looks like it's from our century? What? It's so inefficient. What the hell is happening? And why is she trying to stuff it? We have vacuum seal technology now. They don't have better engineering then. Then, of course, he's mad at her for not asking the freaking killer, the villain that we all like more than, not more. The only person we like in the show, why, she didn't ask him about his mom while she was actively trying to save the other students. By the way, this person is what, 400, however old she is. And even if you're going to use a 20th century style suitcase for some unknown reason to me, I think it's just because of writers are freaking lazy and dumbasses. You'd think that in all that time she'd be wise enough to know how to fit something in a suitcase, but yet she's a captain. Oh, but she's quirky wine mom, don't you know? That's why she's like this. Now here's the part that confuses me. Big ass freaking mother freaking eyebrows sees that someone has shit out a gold nugget. He follows the nugget and is like, ooh, I've seen these before while I was in the middle of fucking someone's backside, and then he gets kidnapped.
Does he though? Does he really?
By these people. Of course, dude in the skirt is like still holding the shirt. I don't know why he's still walking and holding the shirt like that. It's so weird. And they open up a freaking portal right at the academy. And no security, nothing. How convenient that they have hologram securities all over the academy. But one of their cadets, I can't speak, can get kidnapped in broad daylight or in the middle of the day, and not one person is any wiser. The future, ladies and gentlemen, looking brighter every day with every episode.
Wait, stop.
That's how you're concerned about your friend, and you're whispering, and you're telling Darren to stop. Bitch, he's kidnapped. You see him being dragged away. Not the smartest bulb in the ceiling fan, is he? Of course he's not, because he's only there for one reason. To be stared at and have his back blown to freaking smithereens. That's the only function that he serves in this. Don't know why the intro is a bunch of trees growing. The show symbolizes everything withering away into ash. So if they show this in reverse, the intro would be more applicable. So this is the Kyonian realm, and let's ignore the fact that not only did they open a portal and it not set off any security stuff, not only do people have the technology to do this so starships wouldn't be a necessity, but they leave the portal open long enough for some stupid reason for people to follow after them or discover that they've opened up one to kidnap someone. Right. Here we have these lamps that look like standing mummified sperm. There's stupid Jaden in his skirt and his big ass freaking goofy ass shoes that are basically lifts. He looks so stupid. Then of course they see whatever is happening and he says, I'm gonna take a rock. What are you guys doing? You walked in on us doing something questionable, but we're gonna give him some big wad of ropes. And you just interrupted that. Unless you wanna jump in here, bitch. Come on, I know that's why you came. This is just for you. I was about to guzzle that shit, Jaden. You caught me. This is my Ibiza. I'm not even in this. I'm just here for. Isn't that the writer? No, I don't think so. She's just there. Don't mind her. She's not there for any reason. Just to hold him in place while this dude pours his milk. Like if you. Oh my god, I don't even know what the hell this is supposed to be. Why is he holding it like that? What is it? I swear to you, this is what the writers are doing. They're fully into this shit.
Shut up! Don't hurt him. Declare yourself.
I declare only that it is a good day to die.
No one's dying. He's my cosign.
I am what?
Cosign. It's like best man.
Best man?
It looks like he's shitting himself. Is your back door, is your bussy that blown out? That's what ends up falling out of it from you just standing with your legs open? I'm kidding. No, I'm not. I actually am not. I'm so freaking tired, man. We're not even halfway through. Look at them. Look at her. It's like, oh, that fell out of you. That's impressive. Damn, how big is this guy's junk? Mind you, I caught exactly what that was. I think this is a poster I've seen when I was looking up something, and there were two of them. It's usually a woman who has her legs open like this and some guys staring at her. You can't see the woman. You just literally see this shot of her open legs, insinuating that she's unclad, and the guys are like, ooh, that's nice. Further feminizing this character, if it wasn't clear enough. The rock itself doesn't even look real. They couldn't get a real rock, really? Is there a shortage of stones where these people are? Oh god, ew. And then we have this guy who's, you see it now, right? You see I'm not just being an asshole. His head is way too freaking small. If you're at least gonna juice yourself, have the body proportions to at least match your freaking neck so you don't make yourself look like a turtle sticking its head out of its shell. It's not that hard. What in the body dysmorphia?
I'll be crying if I look like that too, bro. That's fucked up what they be doing to y'all. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. I be saying that's fucked up, like, bro, you probably had the full washing set. Your shit be fire probably if they ain't cut your shit.
Anyway, here comes a stupid I can't stand any of them, I'm sorry. But she decides to take off too, and we know that why does she look like that? What the hell happened to her face? Whatever. So we know that she's here too for a specific purpose. We don't know what that purpose is, but we'll find out soon enough. And she's there bothering him. Ugh. Why does her face look like that? This is not the same character. Is it the same character? What happened to you? Something is going on with her makeup or her costume because she looks like she's being played by a 50-year-old woman who's overweight, but the rest of her body looks like, I don't understand. Maybe it's the lighting. It just looks gross. Anyway, and he's sitting there like, look at my body. This body that I didn't get naturally. I want to make sure in every shot, if I'm going to play this role, I want every shot of my body as much as possible. Screwing a girl, me being pranked and being shown naked when nobody else is. Just as many shots as you can of my body. I want you guys to do that. Oh, you love the way your body looks. Look how you oiled up yourself, but you couldn't do it to your fucking lips, bro. I swear his ass crack probably has oil in places where oil isn't necessary, but the one place that everybody has to see the first thing when they look at him, like, it's so stupid. Then these people argue about, oh, how he's getting married and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, how did I not know you had a spouse? Why would he tell you that? Are you guys fucking? Is this confirmation that they are? Why would he need to tell you that? You didn't tell him everything about your family, you dumbass wizard Jafar looking bitch. And we find out this is his wife, who's like so much prettier. Also, another thing that confuses me. Sorry, that was hella loud. Anyway, I almost blew up my own eardrums. So he's a Kyonian, right? Ew, look at his face. Freaking get the fuck out of there, freaking asshole. Anyway, what is that? Oh, I think that's no, that is the hair coming. Okay, I thought that was like a membrane or whatever. There's so much going on here. I don't even want to. Well, first of all, where are all the other people? Are the Kyonians almost extinct? Could they not pay to have CG rendered people at least showing that this place is inhabited? No, it's only the 12 people in their family. Same thing I noticed with Jaden's family and the Klingons. Like, you don't see any Klingons anywhere else. At least in the Next Generation and Enterprise, every planet you went to, at least saw a lot of people. The Orville, you went to the planets, you saw people were populated. Here, it's like the only thing that exists are the 5 people for the cast that they can afford. Weird. Another thing, they're Kyonians, and we show that they don't actually look like this. So why on a Kyonian planet, when before Jaden was here, did we show them all looking like this, even though that's not what they naturally look like? Why would they choose to look human on their own planet where there are no humans? Please make it make sense. Like, what in the world? Or do they just naturally look like this, and then when they're going into space, that's when but does their thing have an atmosphere? If it doesn't have an atmosphere, then that would make sense. Whatever. I don't even know why I'm trying. And these idiots decide that they're gonna play a game and put their hands in toxic things. What if one of them instantly kills you? Why wouldn't I mean, I know he's a hacker and everything, but that's the other thing that annoys me. Nobody ever explains why he has that ability. He's just magically good at it for no reason because he's magically good at everything. So with every toxic thing that they can get affected by, you can inject something into it and into the person's neck and they're fine. This show is so inconsistent because remember how gay guy number 2, bisexual guy number 2 was like, oh, I had to get kidnapped here for a marriage I didn't tell anybody about. Apparently it's because his fiance's mother had a health scare. Why would there be health scares here? You have portal technology, apparently, where you don't need starships, apparently. You have medicine, apparently, where you can just heal toxic things, really toxic things that kill you in seconds, but yet people are still in wheelchairs, can be deaf, and have health scares. Make it make sense. Then for part of their stupid game, they find a warp slug, which actually feels more like a teleportation slug to me. Maybe it is a warp slug. I don't know. Who cares, dude? And they just, instead of getting it, they just sit there looking at it. And I swear, the entire episode is about this guy and the undertones of him wanting to follow his true self and go and gobble up lots of humanoid banana or get married to the woman that he loves like a best friend so that he can make his family happy and act straight, because that's what they're alluding to here. Remember what I was talking about earlier when TNG and the Enterprise at least have some real structural ethical dilemmas that they have to actually write intellectually to make it make sense? They're unable to do that here because everything is just handed to these people. This guy, eyebrows, insults his Klingon wannabe fleshlight and says, wait, you gotta speak for me. You want me to speak in front of people? I'm gonna sweat double the amount and be super nervous, which, by the way, when he does do the talk or later on, no nervousness whatsoever. I guess that just magically went away. Literally nothing happens this episode. That's it. That's it. Oh yeah, and this person being like, you haven't talked to your girlfriend? You should talk to her while you're actively trying to steal him from her. Make that make sense too. And they talk about the whole situation. Oh, well, no one's ever seen in my head before and she was in mine. So they're getting ready for the marriage thing. And this guy's freaking out because everyone here is all about their freaking anxiety and feelings.
No. Calm. You are not breathing.
Yes, I am.
Breathe.
No. What am I doing? This is the mantle of my people. Jaden, I thought I had more time.
If this is your true path, timing does not matter. Anyway, you will decide what is best.
I swear, it's a bunch of wine moms who are lonely and maybe they're not even mothers. Maybe they're just people the kind of people who like pay $20 for Starbucks and think that yelling and throwing water in someone's face was them saving children in Cambodia. And then they go home to their mansions and say, nobody's illegal on stolen land, but then call the cops on people they see at the park or people that come and ask for help when they come to their mansions. Those are the kind of people that probably wrote this. And just judging from the one of the writers I see, like how she acts, she's one of those people. 100%. You could see it. Those are not the people that you write stuff like this. But I think they all know that if they did come up with their own show that had no substance and just had this to go off of, people wouldn't tune in to watch it at all. They'd be like, what is this shit? So they try to take a well-known franchise name, hoping that they'll bring in the already established audiences. Only the audiences don't want to see this. And the new people that they're shooting for that are clapping and saying, snap, snap, slay queen. That's right, we love this. Guess what? They're not watching it either. They'll cheer on for you and say, you're doing a good thing. And they will not watch it. They will watch everything else but the thing that they say they're championing. They're freaking fake. As fake as you are. But you're taking it on face value that these people actually mean what they say when they say they like something like this. They're not paying for it. They're not watching it. They'll watch one episode or like clips online and be like, this was such a profound masterpiece. Oh my God, slay. Oh, people I don't like it. Oh, I automatically like it now just on principle. And if you don't, then you're not a real Star Trek fan, even though you yourself isn't a fucking Star Trek fan. Let's be so for real right now.
No, you cannot.
Keep it on.
It's yours.
You go blue.
Oh my God. You covered me up while I'm in my dress. Oh, I want to fuck you right now, but this is your wedding. We can't. I mean, we could, but duty calls. I know, right? But just because you're married doesn't mean you have to stay married if you're not. So then Jaden in his freaking silver ass wedding gown, best woman, bride says, hey, you're the same guy that walked out there with your magnetic boots and tried to save everyone. Why can't you stand up to your people? Because he can't. He says, I won't bail on my family like you did yours, even though technically that's not even what happened. I think Jaden's family is the one that left him there, weren't they? Strange. So Jaden leaves him, and then these people decide to break into the captain's place. I'm telling you, this academy, which is basically a ship, has zero security whatsoever. Especially knowing that you have someone like small head, big body over here that has the ability to do that and the propensity to create trouble for you. And you don't have him on probation? Really? They don't have cameras. They don't have sensors. Nope, all of that's just down. It never occurs to you that he might not be the only one with that ability, especially given what just happened in the last episode. So we find out that she has her application, the reason she wanted him to break in here and to sit in the captain's chair for some stupid reasons, because she doesn't want people thinking that, she's her dad's daughter and the recommendations and blah, blah, blah. Honestly, none of this makes sense. This writing feels so forced that it just falls apart under basic scrutiny, but you risked all of this by breaking in here. And the only thing that you care about mostly is... my brain is gone. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's just... Anyway, Beastie Boy busting out boy's back doors, starts kissing his wife, but he's not really feeling it because he's just discovered, yeah, I may have slept with a lot of women, but I don't actually like flaps, if you know what I mean. I like door handles, and nothing's wrong with that. But, you know, you're lying to yourself. He's about to give his speech, and Jaden comes back because he's like, oh, I forgive you, I'm here again. And Jaden's such an asshole because instead of giving a toast to happiness, he basically tells this dude's family that the only reason he's getting married to this girl is because he has a duty to his people. Could you try any harder to sabotage someone's wedding? Wow, what an idiot.
To put others first. When called by the moment, by his family, his planet, or his partner, Darren will ultimately choose to put himself aside and favor another's needs above his own.
Oh, what a whore he is. Who does that? At a wedding. Wow. They make Jaden seem as though he's so altruistic and he can observe and see things and he's emotionally intelligent. But yet you do this on the wedding. To say this to the wife is basically like, bro, he doesn't want to be with you. He's here because he's forced to be here. Just so you know. Cheers. Like, what in the world is that? So, of course, this woman is like, what? Okay, I love him, but clearly he doesn't love me. No matter. So then this starts a fight with them, and this probably collapses her, but not as much as you'd think it would. You'd think someone who's in love with the other guy would be torn to pieces at this. But no, she takes it in stride and basically calls over her just new husband while freaking demon face over there. Look at his dumbass. He knew exactly what he was doing. So disgusting. Ew. If you couldn't dislike the character any more than you did, this just made me dislike him even more. By the way, like I said, where are the families? He is a prince and nobody's here. This is literally all the people at the wedding. His parents and her parents. And his family. That's literally it. There's nobody else here. What in the world is going on? Oh, how depressing. Wow, how gross. Anyway, I hope he dies. So she says, our marriage, everything was built on a lie. How could you? Why did you come to do this? You guys kidnapped him, by the way. But anyways, she says, you know, Coyote has never had a female ruler before. It's about time. I can do this. Because, of course, they needed a way to set the gay guy free and make her the first female ruler because the only thing that matters in this story is that, basically. You know, girls are good at everything on their own, don't need no man, and every man needs another man. That's a literal message of this entire freaking thing. No other substance whatsoever. And by the way, it's not like Darren had to even make that choice. They made it so the girl made the choice for him because, you know, they have to keep him pure and honorable, and that's the way that they wrote the, see guys, we did this. Aren't we smart? No, you're not. So they annul the marriage and they're no longer married. Meanwhile, these idiots get caught and they get a slap on the wrist essentially. And she's like, you're awesome. It doesn't matter if people like, you know, say that you're not sure of yourself. That's what it said in the past. You're not sure that you should be here. That's not what matters. You're amazing. You're going to be here anyway. And you guys are just going to do labor and that's it. I'm not going to expel you because nepotism, essentially proving that she cannot be trusted once again. And what she should have done is been like, you know what? I'm not fit to be captain because I was not honorable in my attempt at what I was doing. This is not the first time she's acted like this. But no, let's keep handing her wins that she didn't earn. So obviously he's like, oh, I like you and you like me. Heated rivalry. Then Kyle comes up and Darren is mad. Like, oh, you got a sunburn. I don't like you guys together. But we're gonna end up being together and rubbing our bussies along each other anyway. Or we can all be a throuple. I mean, there is that. Why do we have to choose one or the other? Why can't we all be in on it? You see, I can be on top of Jaden. Wait, I'm on top. Oh no, let me try. I'm trying to get, yeah, wait.
We're all in this together.
No, I'm coming up from the back. Jaden's mouth can be on you or on your back, whichever, you know, get a little rimming going on. This can be a sharing is caring situation. 3 heads are better than 1 anyway. There doesn't have to be angst. We can all just do this together. Meanwhile, these two are doing their menial labor using freaking Walmart, Amazon brooms, because I guess in the future they have to do that stuff with those specific tools. Strange. Why would they need to do that? Anyway, he finally sends his message to the Betazoid woman, admitting how it was scary for him that she saw that part of him and blah, blah, blah. If I were her, honestly, that would be it for me. I would not talk to him ever again. I saved your life, went into a coma, and then recovered, and then you never once reached out to even say thank you? Like to actually sit down with me and say thank you and everything's okay? No, really? For a race of creature that's supposed to be very empathetic, which she's not even empathetic to that degree, but let's say that's the case, you'd think that would be a very big slight against her, you know?
People lied.
Oh snap, wait, I gotta go and see, hold on. Oh my gosh. It's a dark-skinned dude with no dreads in his hair. I swear to God, Hollywood is so freaking on that Killmonger style shit that it almost feels rare now to see it. I mean, he's Blasian looking, so it, you know, but still, that's crazy. What's happening with that dude? He looks tired. Are you drinking poison every morning? No one should be looking like this.
People who just want to get better. People who ran.
And they do the whole outro playing the guitar while he's talking about his feelings and something else poetically profound that nobody cares about. Shows shit, man. Lord. How do we have Knights of the Seven Kingdoms having barely almost no episodes? And shit like this goes on for 10 plus episodes. It feels like it's never ending. It really does. And it feels like, and I think they have a second episode with, a second season, I mean. With this. Every time I do one of these reviews, I feel like my lungs are shriveling up or something. It's hard to describe.
Bring in new viewers. Ignoring that is like, it's just not reality. So as much as I would love to write the Ben Sisko love letter that only speaks to people who already know the canon, like I was tasked with also working really hard to handhold and bring in brand new people, some of whom are very young. Had to bring in people.
And how is that working for you? You were tasked with this and this was the best you could do? Really? That's not really a flex. And can we stop with the lies? Danielle? Star Trek Starfleet Academy is getting review bombed. That's sad, but not surprising. It's not review bombed. It's just bad. When it's getting nothing but positive praises, nobody says that's bombing. When people are being honest about, hey, I don't like this. If something was getting review bombed, then they would do that and it's a Star Trek situation. They're like, oh, we just don't like Star Trek. They would be doing it with everything. But with this specific one, it just happens to be review bombing. And you know these people are full of shit also because as I'm seeing, after being introduced to Enterprise and the Next Generation, all of that, these shows were from... When were they from? Like, I think the Next Generation was what, from the 60s? Hold on, let me look it up. Oh shit, from the 80s? Still, it was an old ass show, and it had way more diversity and progressivism in its display. 2 black male lead characters, several women lead characters, and they were all good characters. Fleshed out. Geordi was a nerd who was still a freaking man. And he had issues. He's a little cocky, socially awkward in some cases, and had to deal with situations, but he was also the chief engineer. He was smart as hell. And even still, he wasn't great at everything. Worf, super aggressive, had to overcome his basic Klingon side to work with the Enterprise while still fighting to maintain his identity as a Klingon. Yana and Riker and Picard, all of them have their issues. And the other thing I saw is that in that episode I told you about where Data assumed command of that ship, or he had to deal with the racism that was being thrown at him.
But damn about the people whose lives you're throwing away. We're not just machines. Mr. Hobson, you will carry out my orders or I will relieve you of duty.
Ooh, that's hot. Go Data! Ooh, that's my baby. I love when Data gets angry. He doesn't even have to get angry. He's like, bitch, who are you talking to?
Yes, sir.
Oh my god, his face! Bro, it is terrifying, bro. When a robot looks at you like that, you best do what he tells you to fucking do, bitch. I'm sorry, that was so bad. No, you don't understand. This guy has been riding him all episode. Now, granted, I at least appreciate that the guy was honest with his racism, because it's the worst thing where someone was like, oh, I'm not racist. And then they are, like these showrunners of these modern shows. But at least the guy was honest and being like, I don't think I'd be a good first officer for you. And Data's like, yes, you have good recommendations. I can see you're resume here. No, I don't think I'll be a good first officer for you, if you know what I mean. Like, bro is leading really heavy in with all of that. So I appreciate that if someone is being hateful, they at least do it to your face. Don't do it behind my back. You know what I mean? And Data's been very patient with him, but Data also knew how to assume the role of captain and be like, hey, don't go through me again. But the way he made eye contact here, bro, the way he was like, do you want to be relieved of duty? We can do that. Do you really want to do that? And the other guy's like, is that a threat? I don't know. Like, is he going to kill me? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I think I should do what he says. Oh, I love it. I love it. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, what I was saying is that the show has always been progressive. I don't know what they're talking about. But let's see what she says when she says it's sad but not surprising. That alone, the headline says everything. But then again, watch it be not that the show is bad, but that something's wrong with the audience. You want to bet? It could be 50-50. If she says it's because the show's actually bad, wow. But if she goes the route that most of these stupid headlines do to turn everyone on each other and to make it about the audience, par for the course. That in of itself is not surprising. Let's see. It's a day that ends in Y, which means some petty little hate machines are busy spending their precious time in this Earth review bombing another movie or she's one of the fucking idiots, you slime ball ass, bitch ass person. Oh, it's one of these. It's our fault, guys, that we don't like the show. It's our fault that even the normie people who don't know what the hell is going on tuned into this and said, yeah, this is garbage. What is this? No. Or the fans that are 90% of this, the Star Trek name, came in and said, yeah, I liked all these other Star Treks, but I didn't like this Star Trek, even though all the other Star Treks are even more so representative of different demographics and backgrounds and genders. Nope. So it must be that we just hate. We're just hating to hate a show that's always been progressive. You dumb fucks. It has always been progressive. So it never occurred to you to stop and take your brain out of your freaking clit and ask, hey, then why is Starfleet Academy being hated, but all the other Star Treks that are also progressive are not being hated? Pray tell, but no. No accountability whatsoever. You're just sniffing your own nubs because you don't have any concept of taking responsibility for something just being bad because you lack the talent to execute what many people have done before you and even offer to help you with because you're perfect. Can do no wrong. Or you're paid to write shit like this, or you have no brain, and it shows that people who now write these articles, who call themselves journalists, no longer need to have basic comprehension skills or two brain cells to rub together in order to write an article. I know that ChatGPT didn't write this because at least ChatGPT would have had a little bit more class in the execution of this article. And we see that there's zero of that here just starting out. Anyway, just like these people don't even want to go in to see why people are disliking it, I'm not even going to read the rest of the article because you're not worth my time. One good thing about this is that we still have shows like Star Trek The Next Generation and The Enterprise, and later I will move on to Voyager and then Deep Space Nine and whatever else comes after that. It's sad that Strange New Worlds has turned into, when people were telling me about it, I actually thought they were lying.
Why have you...
Why you only calling us when you got your dramas? One of these days.
And they wonder why. These people legit are seriously wondering why people don't like the new Star Trek. Aren't you all tired? Aren't you all tired over the weight that you're carrying of your own delusion? You must be. You must be. Do us a favor and give those old creaky backs a break. I think you need it.
I moved on, I got a chick, she's bad.